Alright, anyway, I am ready to go through picks and bans for the next set here. We got Checker, the developer of this very game, and G-Man.
Yeah, gmantsang.
Yeah.
So this had as much success in their division, silver, than our previous players. Checker, he did get a tie previously in the season against Signerf, as has G-Man, but this is going to be a uh, trying to stay away from being at the bottom of the barrel
Yep.
game.
Yep. Alright, anyway, let's go through picks and bans. Both players actually managed to ban the same venue, which is no venue. They both declined the ban.
Ah, beautiful. That
Yep.
that 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 is
Yep.
that is the purest form of SpyParty.
Yep. Yep. Checker. It's standard for Checker to ban nothing, and I believe G-Man just you know, feeling the venue love and chose to ban nothing as well. Anyway, the first pick from Checker, we got Ballroom, the first map he that was made for the game. So makes sense that he'd pick it first. That's the logic I'm sticking with. G-Man looks like we'll be seeing some more gallery. And
Yeah.
I do like gallery. It's fun.
yeah, I do indeed. And Checker's second pick is Terrace.
Checker loves all of his maps equally.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is true. Even Terrace. And then
Terrace is less gameplay, but is so beautiful.
yes, it is. It is definitely up there as the prettiest map. And the final pick out of G-Man, Courtyard. Yeah,
There's the courtyard chicken
this
again.
is Courtyard Day. Yep, G-Man lost Courtyard Chicken, unfortunately the worst way.
Yeah, I think this is a fair picks from both players.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure Checker just keep it fair, so none of his maps can be, or sorry, venues can be offended. And we got some ballroom to start, and we got Zeke, because Checker loves all of his characters equally too.
Yep. So he has to, if he repeats a character, we're
Shame,
we're gonna
right?
be disappointed. All right. Anyway, I am ready to go.
As am I, OP.
Yep, I'm good.
In 3, 2, 1, planet. Welcome to Checker versus gmantsang. Oh, we're just calling him G-Man, yeah?
Yeah, G-Man's fine.
Yep.
Okay, Checker doesn't feel like playing the game. He's just an AI control. It's fine.
Yeah, Checker's a very fun spy to watch play. Usually
Because
very
see
aggressive.
Purloin, take Purloin.
Yes, that including right now.
Checker doing the Checker, which is Toby offered me a drink. It would be rude not to take the list. We're gonna go with the gulp instead of the sip, which is correct.
Yeah, right now it is definitely correct, as it is early enough in the game that it looks like perhaps we might have had just a starting drink. However, we do pick up the highlight for that Purloin, so 48%.
Yeah, that's 12%, because the problem with 48% is you are forcing yourself into a 3 flirt. 49%, and you could potentially get the 51. I don't think this is going to be a major issue for Checker, because he doesn't have like a green test rate where expecting to get a green is something that he should be doing. Uh, fingerprint here, no green test to worry about. We're making quick progress, which is something that Checker likes to
Yeah, we're
do.
making a lot of partial progress right now. Even we have the Purloin. Looks like we might be going for a contactless game if we go for statues like this.
Yeah, so when Checker's played previously, there's two Checker modes. There's the Checker doesn't know what he's doing until someone offers him something, and then there's Checkers want to win is an aggressive, rushy style. Not like necessarily chaos. He just likes to take missions as he sees them. Um, for example, taking the double dip here, getting the flirt and the inspect is exactly what I'm talking about. Unfortunately, we're
But
just
we just get shot
all
for it.
over it for the Purloin.
Yeah. G-Man does not appreciate this aggressiveness here on this first game of Ballroom, and takes a shot on Checker, going up 1.
Yeah, I think Checker's game plan, he should not be discouraged though. If he continues doing that, sometimes he's gonna get away with the Purloin. We got General, G-Man, Ballroom in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Unfortunately, we do start with the drink here, which puts off Big Cheese. No timeout. G-Man gonna start it slow. That's a real quick window.
Yeah, quick window
I think it's
leave.
legitimate. I do think it's actually like you can if you do
Yeah,
a
it's on the
one-shot.
shorter end, but it's tell like level window leave as far as these things go. So it's not that bad. We are going to finish off our drink here, just stepping next to our resty.
Yeah, and
51%.
surprisingly, and this is information there for you. Checker, despite making the game, is not really well versed on etiquette. Things like briefcases and window timings and whatnot. He might know that they don't feel right, but he never really ends up shooting for it at least. Big news here is Papa Danger middle statues. We got one person who could be shot in the future, and it looks like we're timer flirting.
Yeah, not much to say about that early on in this set. G-Man playing a very kind of slow game here. With this timer flirt in, and we unfortunately do not hit that second green test, so we will have to do one more.
Yeah, against Checker, statistically he ends up not shooting more than almost anybody. Scallions also comes to mind for people who are in of really patient going on just like sleepy spies or sleepy snipers. Um, Relying on him to shoot his civilian when he made the civilians, he made the game. He did creations.
Yeah, Checker will much rather hold a shot than miss-shoot. So mission wins are big against Checker as far as that goes. We see a lot of low lights coming off for this contact, and we pick up the instant swap. Instant swap. As we
I am not
was that
convinced that this
intentional?
was. I'm not convinced it was. I think this might have been a flub swap where he meant to inspect and accidentally swapped. We're not dead yet, and we're gonna finish inspect with this cheeky sidestep. Are we blocking our vision of the statue? Yeah, we are. So Checker's angle on the statue that we swapped is blocked by the fact that we are standing in front of the statue at the
Yeah,
other
and
statue pad.
that might be good, except for the fact that we don't have our flirt done yet. And Checker is going to get a lot of time to notice this statue and think, hey, that's not right. And G-Man steps back and looking to finish off the last flirt to finish his missions off.
Yeah, shooting for flirt is hard. And we got five
Here's the
seconds.
flirt. 6 seconds coming down.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not happening. The statue intentional does end up being a good play.
Yeah, and that is 2-0 up in our first couple of games here. Checker back on Spy and Ballroom, trying to bring it back after an early deficit.
Yeah,
Can
Checker's
still
never
slip
gone
now.
into a set the fate in his SCL career. Um, like there have been players that he's even with, like Signer and Checker have had a lot of good bouts over the years. But being down 2-0 here is not unfamiliar ground for Checker, unfortunately. And we got Salmon because we love all of our characters equally. And 3, playing it. I wonder if Checker is maybe there's something here. Maybe he's choosing tall characters today.
Yeah, and it's my opinion that Checker is actually the not Checker, Salmon. Salmon is actually the worst character in the game to play as the spy.
And you know
Uh,
how you know, right? He has glasses. All the other characters are 2020 vision, and Checker's like,
Wheels, unless his glasses are
yeah,
fake.
and Wheels is also pretty rubbish.
Reels is great. I don't know what you're on about.
That bug, the walking bug. And
Also,
you can
some
get
of
away.
them could be wearing contacts.
Checker, not again. Oh no.
48%. Tobo is crying.
Just off in the distance. Not
Yeah,
like
and
this.
this is absolutely fine if you're not planning on hitting all your greens. Like if that's it's just it has now hit 2 48% greens. I'm wondering
Yeah,
what our
looking
big
at
tell's
this,
gonna be.
this ballroom game here, this
BB
contact
Purloin.
is not very good. There's only 2 real contacts, and Purloin, yes, in fact, does come off. However, unlike the normal checker deal, it actually comes off.
We get the highlight, but I think it's just to track the banana bread and not Purloin. This is gonna be a double dip. We're gonna be able to get the inspect. Because we didn't hit the
Oh
49%, we can't just end the
no,
game immediately with a swap.
checker,
It's
and this is a 3 cycle too.
this probably is actually healthy. I think in this situation, it's so tempting to swap when you hit this flirt and it gives you the full flirt, and you're like, oh, it's a rush. I've stumbled into a rush. But it was being checked out. You can tell on ballroom because the laser has to rotate far to the right to be able to see that statue and make sure that you don't.
Yeah, absolutely. Now we're looking for that next flirt here, trying to finish off the game somehow. Probably gonna go after statues again afterwards, perhaps.
Yeah, so statue would be the most natural finish. We do have like an angle on the ambassador if we want to bug. The only thing that we're not going to be doing is Purloin because the list is still gone, and we are having nothing. None of Toby. He's trying to still offer us drinks, but we've done that mission, buddy. I assume it just has to be inspect, and you kind of want to do it sooner rather than later. You don't want to get shot for just trying to force the inspect or concerned about swap.
Oh, oh,
Safety off on
oh,
Seek for the print,
oh.
and
Yeah, and Seek just dies.
Uh, the question is, if he gave it a few more seconds, would Checker going to the statue had trumped his suspicion? Did he have two people he was willing to shoot, and Seek just did the thing first? We'll never know because Seek is dead.
Yeah, and that brings Checker back to 1-2 a little bit here. So we're gonna have to see if Checker can keep it even going into next.
Yeah, on the topic of characters who wear glasses, we got Wheels in 3, 2, 1, playing it. We're back to rolling around in. The concerns I have about Wheels and why I was bad mouthing him is while it is lovely that he is short. The bug, for people who know how it works, and when his arm comes off the armrest, it's particularly obvious, and neither is very strong. We're doing the double dip here with the flirt and middle statues. It will make doing a 2 cycle particularly hard, especially if we're gonna red inspect. I don't think we're finishing our statues here. And swap. Okay, we're
No,
gonna
we're
three
swapping.
cycle, and we got yeah, okay. 2.5 missions here. Got the
So
flirt
lots of hard
and
tells done for Checker to see, and oh my goodness, Checker just does not want to have.
I think G-Man got a bit overconfident that the swap worked last time. Let's try.
Yeah.
Uh,
I don't know.
but
I'm starting. I'm
you
starting
can't
to
do that.
think G-Man just. I think his mouse wheel is a little sticky or something. Maybe he's just over rotating or under rotating.
Yeah, I if both of them are mistakes, it's just like that's
Yeah. I mean,
so unfortunate. I'd
yeah.
rather assume it's a sweep.
Yeah.
Okay, so Checker brought it back. He went down 2-0. Now we're 2-2, and we're now on to not his pick. We're on G-Man's pick, which is Gallery, and we are on Irish
Yep. I am ready to go.
in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Okay, I do like that Checker's AI controlling to let the game start. Come on,
Oh no!
there
Come
no
on. Okay,
neutralize.
it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. G-Man does not subscribe to the, I believe it's Canadian Bacon, who just keeps the light if it happens.
I mean,
I believe it's.
things.
I believe it's me that does it.
Oh, is that you?
It is in fact me. I mean, Bacon
Okay.
might do it as well.
Is it one of those things where it was either stolen from Viri, uh, and Viri being Virifow, or
Nah, it's just something I decided to do.
I feel like
I know
anytime.
Very does something similar.
Are we gonna bug here?
It wouldn't be that good of a bug. It's very visible, but Smallman isn't visible, and the bug comes off as the sniper is kind of zooming in and out, so it's very, very hard to see, and Checker gets right away with it.
Yeah, I think you take the bug when it's offered to you. Just
Yeah,
because
and
it's not offered to you very often.
if G-Man had been a little bit less movement, just had a little bit less movement on their sniper cam, perhaps that would have been a lot more visible. But as it was just barely a flash of an arm out as the zoom out happened, and nothing else. This is kind of why Kaylee especially will often say you just need to keep your sniper very still so you can see all these animations and these hard tells. And Checker's gotten away with now a microphone as well, very hard to see as well from the sniper view because of all this.
Yeah, quick flirt here, and I think it's the right idea because AI love to leave after taking drinks.
Checker does the checker.
Yep, for drink, take drink. We are hitting a lot of greens. Checker's ability to hit greens here is definitely a credit here. He's hit a few big flirts and now another green purloin. We got a bit of a chain going too. Alice not having anything of it, and now Toby's looking around
Man,
for
only
outside of
Checker
the
does
group too.
3 hard tells on gallery and just
Can
gets
we
away
get a
with it.
swap going here?
Yeah, I think we just end on swap. Just go for it.
This purloin's still going, and it's coming back to us. Actually, I think we have to take this
I
drink.
yeah, it ruins our ability to swap though.
But now we're right back in the chain. It
Yeah.
seems to not matter though. This chain is still massive,
Okay.
even if
We'll keep an eye on where Disney decides to go. He's going, and we will follow. We
all
should
right,
have
purloin
our
finally comes off.
yeah. The only question
Oh, we
here
got
is it's
that.
not going to be if we can get the flirt off. It's if we get the shot goes off before the mission win countdown. We have this game on lock.
Yeah,
3 hard
Checker
tells.
gets away with this completely
Welcome to
clean.
welcome to checker game.
Yeah.
Okay.
So so here's a question: has Checker ever, so far in the set, not purloined at the first opportunity?
Oh,
I don't
absolutely
think
not.
so. No.
Absolutely not.
Well, I mean, 2 out of 3 times it's worked out. I feel like there might have.
Yeah.
So
And
actually, no, there was it. There was nope, that was in fact the purloin offer. So yep, so far so good.
Yeah, and that means that Checker has brought it back from being down 2 games to being up and trying to kind of break serve here, bring it up to 4-2, and get that decisive lead over G-Man. In 3, 2, 1, playing it.
And we are twin, and we do not get the immediate. I think this would have been the exact situation where Toby was so close that you take it. This is a bit delayed if you do the Perlin and G-Man agrees. We are scoping out the party. We got the ambassador at Blue Bookcase, which is always um, fun to speculate as a print. Hopefully he puts the book back instead of take it out and walk it around. Good man. We're not keeping an eye on our seduction target looking at the spy camera. But it doesn't really matter because he's going to come straight to us. Big 34. I think the natural progression here would be to go to the blue bookcase. Now that there's no briefcase there, it's a bit less obvious, and so it'll
Yeah,
be a
it's
difficult
gonna be a
attempt.
difficult fingerprint though. That's the problem. And we
He
do not
rushed it.
unfortunately hit
He
that.
rushed it. So I'm noticing it more and more, and I think it's probably a reason why test rate is a bit higher than the average. Is he tried to grab that print immediately as he grabbed the book? Give it a moment. Take a breather. Lean in and hit it. Don't. There's no need to rush it on the difficult fingerprints. You can be holding that book for a good 10 seconds. We got 56%. The banana bread is looking okay. You're never gonna find a brilliant banana bread. There's just not enough room in the conversations on gallery for there not to be at least a few lowlights. But the SDA
Yeah,
view of the conversations helpful.
we
G-Man
do not
disagree.
take it though. So we just leave the conversation and kind of just step out to this painting pad for a bit. I'm not sure what we're doing here. This
Yeah,
contact is not as good as it used to be.
I think we were trying to reset the flirt, but resetting the flirt doesn't work when we were heading towards the conversation and our seduction target wants to get some fresh air. This
Yeah, and now we're just sitting here at a minute
quick
and a
flip
half
back.
left, and there's not much progress. But we
I mean,
do to get that transfer done.
yeah, anytime you're putting really quickly, you're making a choice. You're trying to just make that so they don't see the microfilm at all. but it does look so suspicious beyond the fact that you're doing the mission. This is a choice bug, and it doesn't stick. We also
Yeah,
just are walking toward
that
the place there,
path,
which is bad.
like, okay, so the bug itself was completely invisible. It's a nice strong arm bug. However, that path is very, very spy-like, and we don't even get the bug landed here for it.
Okay, the timing on the highlight implies that it's for the fingerprint, and we did try and get another fingerprint previously. It's going to be a question of how much checkers onto us. This also, I believe, has some level of fingerprint on it. Gee, man, you gotta press buttons. He's not even doing the inspect. He's just here for the actual art. This looks like a timeout, but unfortunately the beeping started. It's a white test. Windows. Checker notices it. He needs to take his time with the shot. He shoots us in the back of the
And he
cap.
does. And down goes G-Man. Checker
Yeah.
going up 4-2 now.
Not taking that inspect. I think he really realized right the time was running out, but if you're trying to finish missions, you gotta take the inspect, and if you're not trying to finish missions, what are you doing at the statue?
Yeah, and now we head into our next game
Checker
as
Smallman.
Checker's spy.
I believe Checker
Checker
left a
Smallman.
comment at some point saying that this was a random pick, but that's what they all say when they pick Smallman on.
Smallman is never a random pick.
I randomly decided to try and destroy you.
Yeah. All right.
In 3, 2, 1, playing it. Checker going with his 5 seconds of AI control strategy here again, or 10 seconds or whatever it's gonna end up being, and does not want to be in that conversation. AI control as it takes you to
Yeah,
places you don't want to be.
there's nothing interesting about that conversation for Checker, and plus it's, out of Smallman's element, right up at the front, We kind of actually hide behind our ST here at these statues just a little bit. I mean, we're visible, so we do pick up the highlight, looks like. So, but if G-Man hadn't been rotating, we could have just hidden behind for, our ST for these inspects.
Yeah, in situations like this, you typically want to do one inspect, one cycle, and get out of there and see if you can avoid the highlight entirely. Unfortunately, that was never really going to be an option for Checker in this situation because he also wanted to get the flirt and did get the 25%, which I believe is actually the max green. There, it's just you're really far away on the statues. G-Man putting the laser over small man. I don't think it was intended, but Checker might have put in his mind about that. And I mean, small man doesn't early inspect is always going to be highly suspicious. This looks like a fingerprint. It's not.
No, it's not. And I'm not sure if that was an obligated briefcase,
It
but
was. It absolutely was, but it's
okay.
not going to matter. Checker doesn't necessarily have a hard understanding of the rules, and I wouldn't suspect G-Man. G-Man historically, him and Matt ML726 have always caught me off on the things that they do catch. Um, it they've got that feeling that always comes from newer players, despite the fact that both of them are very much veterans, where they just have really precise knowledge on something and just on other things. So I wouldn't assume and try and play a pretty clean game.
Yeah, we are kind of running low on time here. We got the inspects done, but no flirt progress except for that
Look,
25%
look, look,
earlier
look.
on.
Toby's gonna offer us a drink, and
And
you know what Checker does when he's offered a
the ST
drink?
is going to
He
come
banana
to
breads,
us.
makes Toby wait a really long time, and
Banana
then
bread.
still purloins. Yep.
Yep, there's that
He gets
purloin coming
another
off.
green. Checker's gonna win on the back of his greens. I'm feeling it. We're already ahead in the set, and he's just playing not necessarily like the best decisions, though his decisions are still good. But if you're just gonna hit a bunch of green purloins, you will win games. That bug was not a good decision, but it's fine.
It was basically invisible on sniper cam. It's fine.
And the reason why it's not a good decision, like if that bug, we have so much flirt done and you're going to a bookcase that has a fingerprint on it.
Doesn't matter. Queen gets
Doesn't
shot.
matter.
She was our taker for the purloin, and she's just dead now.
Green purloins are good, but if you take that bug and get shot for, foolish.
And
And
that means that Checker's up like what 5-2 now.
scoreboard.
Yep, that is correct. 5-2.
Good job
And,
on your
and
scoreboard.
that bug was invisible on the sniper side. Luckily.
Yeah, it was.
Things small men can do.
Yep.
Yeah,
More
and this is
twin.
a run of 5 games in a row from Checker here, looking for a 6th to lock up at least a draw.
I
This is a
wouldn't
really
be
impressive
surprised.
performance from Checker.
And we can commission Warning Track to look. 5 games is probably the most games Checkers ever won in a row, because it's most games that most players have won in a row. If you're not like a dominant player like Dowsy or Yeesh or something. Obviously Kaylee's done 5 in a row, but
I've won 7 in a row before.
yeah. I mean we've seen 6 in a row. We've seen. I mean we come back. Like we're 6-0 from like Kmars, for example, or against Kmars. Let's see if G-Man can do it, and he needs at this point he needs to win himself. Be 6 in a row, just to or 5 in a row to clean it up.
Yeah, 5 in a row to bring in a win
It's
with no
possible because Checker's
leeway.
done it to him just now. And
Yeah, that's
3,
true.
2, 1, playing it. Seduction target right in front of us. Fortunately, we're marginally faster than him, so it's gonna be really hard. These bounces are nice. It means that we can see where he goes and really follow him, and we're thirsty. Doesn't work out. G-Man could pull a checker here with the request. This would be a loin 20 seconds in. Covering with a banana bread, white test.
Yeah, this is always the awkward thing. Like, if you're covering it when Toby's already offering you, and you take that white test, you're gonna leave Toby waiting for a while,
Toby
and that can
gives
look really
up,
bad.
so the purloin that we
Oh no!
wanted not even possible. So we request
And
him
there,
back and then purloin.
yeah, and and then there goes the white purloin now, and I don't know. Checker does seem to have reacted with his sniper cam a little bit, but no lowlights or anything of the sort coming.
Wee drink outside. G-Man, you bad man.
Something local ordinances.
Yeah, local ordinances. Let's take a look outside. We got a nice little scootery. We got some nice red tables and chairs next door. All much more monocolored painting gallery. This is choice.
Yeah, there's a like
He's doing a
wow, that was a
timeout, but he
hard tell
already has a
time rev.
purloin. Yeah,
That
that
was a hard
was.
tell time.
I think this is G-Man. This is his on fire. This is I am
Oh
behind. I need to
no,
make decisions. That was unfortunate. He got caught in the statue
there
pad
was
there.
yeah caught a little bit on the statue pad as he pathed by it, which AI is just it's not gonna happen for an AI, and if Checker saw that, that's really big.
I don't trust Checker to catch pathing things. I'll say that frankly. But it's this sort of thing where it just looks weird. Like it's not right. No matter. This is the sort of thing when people who've had 5 games go, I
Taking this
saw
drink
you.
locked us out of a bug, unfortunately.
We have no flirt too. For we did do the timeout, which gives us more time, but we're playing in a way, especially with grabbing the oh goodness, grabbing a fingerprint here potentially with between the briefcase or the bookcase, and it looks like we're going with the bookcase over the fingerprint. Um, case away from the bookcase for us. Yeah.
And oh my goodness, it's just immediate. The shot comes off after they pick up that fingerprint, and Checker brings out a new record of how many games he's ever won in a row, going 6-0 over the past 6 games. Warning Track informing us in chat that Checker won 5-0 against Iceman in Season 2, and that was the previous best. We now have a new record for Checker.
And did that
Yeah.
game that game in season 2 did that end in a draw?
No,
Or
he
did,
just
was
It
that
was
the
it was
way?
a
before.
it was a 5-0
Was
win.
that when it was
This
5-0? Yeah. Okay.
the sets were shorter,
Yes.
as you recall.
I barely recall.
Cletus, the first time I remember watching SDL, you were down 3-0, and
Yes.
I was watching it with my friends, and we're like, "Oh, this guy's trash." You're like losing to Varanus. Like Varanus is so good, and then you won 5 games, and we're like, "Cletus is a
Yeah, it
god."
happens. It happens.
In this case, we need G-Man to step
Yep,
it up.
G-Man,
He needs to go. He needs to go
you can do
pure.
it.
He'll start it on Terrace, checker as spy, and you got. Look at those missions.
What?
Contact,
Yeah.
seduce, off.
What? Oh, I think he forgot. I think this was another note that he forgot to check.
He forgot. Okay, if he forgot to check the missions, then
Yeah.
that makes a little bit more sense than just keeping this, because now he has to do like at least 2 soft tells and a hard tell,
I
or
mean,
3 hard
obviously,
tells.
Purloin is gonna happen.
Okay, so you guys ready to watch a legendary checker game?
Yep.
Because I'm ready to watch Checker
I
destroy
think
him right
I
now.
think he's just gonna get shot.
I
Yeah.
I want that to be incorrect, and so I'm gonna say it is incorrect. Checker's gonna win this
Okay,
100%. Let's go. Three,
checker's gonna
2.
win. Okay.
I need to actually get into the game. I'm watching the stream at this point. Um, I was just reading track stat. It's taking a moment to load here. I'm ready. In 3, 1, playing it.
All right, checker needs to do a lot here. And normal terrace is hard enough to win on as it is, just because we are settling up next to the ambassador, so could take a bug here. It's kind of out in the open. Might not be the best option. Oh no. Oh no. Okay.
The worst
Checker's gonna
possible.
die now?
Nope.
Question mark?
Nope. We
No?
fine. We
No?
fine.
Okay, Checker's fine for now, but we do need to do 3 of these missions. Usually you only do 1 of any of these 5 to finish off your game on Terrace. We're starting off with the fingerprint, looks like.
Yeah, it didn't need to switch over there. He could have just bent down and picked it up, but it's
Yeah,
fine.
that is technically an incorrect briefcase.
It's
Yeah.
fine. Checker does.
That was the old way briefcase worked. Maybe Checkers forgetting a little bit here.
And
It's fine. At some
now
point he'll start
can't.
reading. He'll read his own bug reports and patch update at some point.
Yeah, there's nothing in this conversation to do. There's literally nothing in conversations that Checker can do except for Purloins if he has one. Okay,
No,
he's
no,
fine.
no. Wait.
2 months.
We've seen a few of those. Rocker was the official low light. Or delegating Purloin here, taking the list there made too much sense. We're gonna sidle up to the ambassador.
Yeah, ambassador here.
Quick bug.
This is a bug. I don't think it's seen. There was no zoom. The lean's pretty good, and we delegate to the ambassador here.
This is
Oh
choice.
my goodness.
We're
We're not a
delegating
highlight
to
yet.
someone.
We're
And
gonna pick up
fingerprint.
this
We're ending. This is
briefcase.
over.
This
It's
is
got 10 seconds.
no, no way, no. You've got to be.
5, 4. Come on, G-Man. 3, 2. The laser's on us. The laser's on us.
Oh
But we
my
win.
god.
But
Checker
we win.
Oh
just
man.
I say
won a spy
we are all
game
checker on this.
on Terrace with no contact and no seduce to go 7-0 in a row to close out this match 7-2. What
That's
even?
the match. That is the match. And can we just watch it again, just from the bug?
All right. Yeah. Sure. Here we go.
What? I don't understand.
Yeah, so this is actually a really good rush. Now it's completely unnecessary because you're playing Terrace of all things, but the Purloin covers the fingerprint. Like he's doing missions back to back to back, and that's always powerful in a sense. Because if he's watching for the fingerprint, he's not watching. He just doesn't
So
rotate enough
track
to see.
out coming out with a stat that doesn't surprise me in the least. This
Nobody's
is
ever
the
done this,
first SCL game with these missions completed on Terrace.
as it should be.
Yeah.
As it should.
Holy crap.
Oh man. New Checker has unlocked a new meta. We didn't
We have to
even know
we have to
existed.
cast another set, don't we? There's
Yeah.
We
like
do.
more
There
add-ons.
is
I don't like.
there's
Why
a
did
set
we?
after this.
We should have saved this for the end. I
Yeah,
was considering
why
changing
is this
it,
not
but
just like the last game?
yeah.
of the entire cast.
Apparently, there's a Wodo game after this, so it could potentially be better than this. Though I am skeptical.